Let's see, can you make a full fist right now? So we're pretty close.
Breaking my hand the second time was more challenging, I think, because a lot of my patience had been taken up by the first injury. And I think there's just so much more, I think, which is, like I said, soft tissue damage and more scarring and more things like that, that have really made the healing process a whole lot more difficult, I think. So it's like having a whole another injury that's similar enough to not be interesting, but more difficult. Which is, weird to think of an injury as interesting, but it's like when you're doing like the same things and the same rehabs and the same, sometimes it's nice to do something different, but it just, it really tests my ability to focus, I guess, this whole year of just having, one broken hand and then another one that's even worse. So it was frustrating for sure. But it's encouraging to actually see progress, because I was really worried at a point that I wouldn't be able to make a fist the same way again, and now we're getting to the point where I feel like it's only a matter of time.
Let's see, can you make a full fist right now? So we're pretty close.
It was just totally in there. It really stiffens up fast. Every time I worry about my hand not being able to make a fist again, I'd try to push it into a fist. Every time I'd worry about it, I'd push on the scar or whatever. So I would take every time when I was concerned about it and try to turn that into work towards progress. Just use those worries as like reminders. I probably would try to test it and leaned on it and, try to support my weight with it and turn my hand around and push it. And I mean, the thing is I can't really make a fist. I can put my hand into a fist position, but I can't close my hand into a fist yet.
So we really just started getting to the point where she could make a full fist. The fist part is going to come back now that we have the full range of motion, which came back really a couple weeks ago. Right now we're working on this last piece of, let's put this down so the camera can see it, this last piece of the distal interphalangeal joint here, trying to get it fully extended, right? Which we're close, but it's not completely extended. So we got to keep working on that. But it's moving better than it has been before. So it's been really cool. And this is kind of how you want things to go, proximal to distal, so closer to the body away. It's basically been loosening up that way, which is what you expect also. So it's been really good. It's just that you have to be careful, because the joints that are more proximal are already loosening up, and you're cranking on the distal joints, and so you can actually put more pressure and torque at the proximal joints, which it can end up causing them to loosen up a little bit more than you want. So you got to be careful there. But right now this is really every time I come, it's the best that it's been each time. And just that little bit of motion right here, I couldn't even do that a couple weeks ago. So
I feel like I definitely hit the back right now. It feels like a little tender.
Well, it could even be from the plate. You gotta remember
the plate's here though. I was feeling it.
The plate's on the back, isn't it?
No, it's down here.
Oh, on here. Okay, right.
That's
right.
I think it's more of like a weakness thing.
Yeah.
Turn ones feel great. Scooping down still, like there.
It still might just be tender,
Mm-hmm. It feels good.
Basically, everything's going along as we want. The range of motion's almost coming back to 100%. The strength is actually kind of coming back faster than the range of motion, which, like I said before, can be beneficial if you don't start compensating too much. The next stage of this is to really work on coordination and functional movement, right? But you have to have the range of motion and the strength and the muscle firing and the dexterity to be able to do those things, or you'll create more compensation. So you have to be careful with what you do and how you progress. Like I said, a lot of it's getting back to regular activities is a big help. Rhonda is doing a ton of stuff on her own, which is the best part about her ability to focus is once she gets focused, she's on it, right? So she has putty, she has all these little exercise devices that she's using right now at multiple times every single day.
I've just planted them everywhere. So I have 2 different balls in my cup holder in my car, 2 different balls next to my bed, and a couple different like hand things next to my computer. So anytime I'm sitting down in any of these areas, I have something to do, at least whenever I think of it. So it's at least a couple times a day in a loop. I even brought one in my pocket while I was hunting so I could do it on the drive while we were hunting. It's weird though, it's like at night is when I feel like I really push it. And it's like sometimes it feels like I want to stretch it and I'll like push it all the way down, like all the way to like touching like the pad of my hand.
Yeah.
But then like in the morning it's stiff again. But sometimes like right before bed, maybe it's because smoking and more flexible or something. I don't know.
Right, and that's kind of what happens during the nighttime. Like the body's healing, and so everything kind of stiffens back up based upon the healing process that's going on. And so that's one of the reasons why we sleep, right? So then you wake up in the morning and it's stiff all over again. So the best thing you can do is basically do your exercises right before you go to bed, and then as soon as you wake up to like catch whatever momentum that you had from the night before, right?
Well, it's kind of gone from like when it's stiff and swollen to the point I don't want to touch it to like now it's like stiff and swollen to the point that I do want to stretch it and push it. So it doesn't feel like I'm injuring myself when I'm stretching it now.
She said a couple of times, like, I think I'm just torturing her, originally, right? So now it's starting to feel like therapeutic and like it's a stretch.
Yeah.
Right?
There were a couple of times that I just trying to take my finger home.
Yeah. Today was the first day you hit the bag, though.
Oh, no, yesterday.
Or yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I hit the bag, but I don't need to close my fist all the way to hit the bag with the glove. Actually, it's kind of perfect in that the glove closes as far as my fist will close. I'm able to push it at the very end of its range of motion, but yeah, I can't make a fist, like a complete closed fist yet, but I can put on a glove and hit the bag. I felt confident with it. Confident I'm not going to hurt myself or anything.